Opening shot of the host standing in front of a map of the Battle of the Bulge. Host, hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that has fascinated historians and military enthusiasts for decades. We'll be discussing the Battle of the Bulge, one of the most significant battles of World War II. Specifically, we'll be taking a look at the German tanks used in the battle and why they ultimately failed. Cut to a montage of tanks and combat footage from the Battle of the Bulge. Host, now, you might be wondering why this is such an interesting topic. Well, the Battle of the Bulge was a turning point in the war, and the Germans' loss had a significant impact on the rest of the conflict. Additionally, there have been many theories put forth over the years as to why the German tanks failed. We're going to explore these theories and reveal the shocking truth behind the failure. Cut back to the host standing in front of the map. Host, so, if you're ready to find out why the German tanks failed in the Battle of the Bulge, stick around until the end of the video. And if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Let's get started. When we think of World War II, we often imagine the German army as an unstoppable force with superior military technology. However, there was one battle where their tank technology failed them, the Battle of the Bulge. This battle, fought in the winter of 1944 to 1945, was a major turning point in the war. The Germans launched a surprise attack on Allied forces in Belgium and Luxembourg, hoping to split their forces and turn the tide of the war. But despite their initial success, the Germans were eventually pushed back, and the Battle of the Bulge became a major defeat for them. So why did German tanks fail in this battle? The answer lies in a combination of factors, including weather, terrain, and tactics. Firstly, the weather played a major role in the battle. The winter of 1944 to 1945 was one of the coldest and snowiest on record, with temperatures dropping to as low as -20 degrees Celsius. This made it extremely difficult for the Germans to operate their tanks, as the cold weather caused their engines to stall and their fuel to freeze. Additionally, the snow and ice made it difficult for them to navigate the hilly terrain of the Ardennes forest, where the battle took place. Secondly, the terrain itself was a major factor in the German tanks' failure. The Ardennes forest is a dense, hilly area with narrow roads and limited visibility. This meant that the Germans were unable to use their tanks to their full potential, as they were forced to move slowly and cautiously through the forest. This gave the Allies time to prepare their defenses and launch counterattacks, which ultimately helped them to push the Germans back. Finally, the tactics used by the Germans in the Battle of the Bulge were also a contributing factor to their defeat. Rather than using their tanks to support infantry units, as they had done in previous battles, the Germans relied heavily on their tanks to spearhead the attack. This made them vulnerable to Allied anti-tank weapons, which were able to take out the German tanks from a distance. Additionally, the Germans failed to coordinate their tank attacks with their infantry units, which left them exposed to Allied counterattacks. In conclusion, the failure of German tanks in the Battle of the Bulge can be attributed to a combination of factors, including weather, terrain, and tactics. While the Germans were initially successful in their surprise attack, these factors ultimately worked against them, and they were forced to retreat. The Battle of the Bulge remains a cautionary tale about the importance of adapting to changing circumstances on the battlefield, and the dangers of relying too heavily on technology without considering the larger strategic picture.